Hi, guys. Welcome to the Grief and Potluck podcast. We are on podcast number 2 for the year 2021. Hurrah! We have walked over that crazy hump of a thing we call 2020. Now, let's get right into it. We don't have time to waste. No, we don't. I am going to get there sooner than later. Maybe. Yes, here I go. Age is just a number. So in book club this past month, we read The Little Old Lady Who Broke All the Rules, and it was quite good in regards to the fact that, one, it was an easy read, two, wasn't difficult to get through, and three, it happens to be a trilogy, which some people like to carry on in a story. So, if you want to see how it goes, read books 2 and 3. But I made it through book 1 pretty quickly in regards to the time frame of getting it read for book club. That said, I want to produce the idea that age is just a number. So, what does that mean? Well, the queen is roughly 94. Her husband is roughly 99. The current president of the United States is in his 70s. There are a lot of high profile people that have reached the peak of their career that are in their 60s. There are people in their 50s who are finding that they have to change careers and change what they thought would be their normal path into retirement. And there are people in their 40s going, okay, I better think about some things and get ready to cross some stuff off my list. So, what I want to present to you in this podcast today is the idea that sometimes we get it in our head that once we reach a certain age, we can no longer do something. Or once we reach a certain age, we should no longer do something. Or once we reach a certain age, we should give up certain things. Or once we reach a certain age, we should start slowing down. There's just a bunch of these, I'll say, stereotypical things that we've heard over time as to once you reach a certain age, this is going to happen regarding your fashion choices, your haircuts, your glasses, your living arrangements, just whatever. But I'm here to tell you that I am hopeful for the future, first and foremost, as it may not currently look like the future you thought it would be, naturally. It's definitely not the future I was hoping for come 2020. The turning of the age, I mean, the year 2000 was pretty exciting at the time. And then rolling into 2020, well, we kind of expected the same level, I think, of excitement to take place, but it didn't. No, it kind of got scary in droves. So, my hope for you, my goal for you, is that in 2021, we continue to remain hopeful. We continue to remain with the vision that no matter what our age is, we are still quite capable of doing something. And that age is just a number. It doesn't mean we can't, shouldn't sit back on our laurels, etc. So first, I'd like to challenge you to try something different. And I don't care how different or how small it might be. You could try escargot snails for the first time. You could try driving down a different street. You could try a different place for lunch. You could try talking to a person at work that you never talked to before. Try talking to someone you don't feel comfortable talking to. Maybe your neighbor. If you live in a good neighborhood, you know what I mean. So, that said, try something different. Small or large, your choice. Next, I'd like to challenge us to take a moment to share. Share what? Well, again, it's up to you. What are you capable of sharing? Are you able to share books? Are you able to share your thoughts? Are you able to share wisdom about something you learned recently? I mean, maybe you went through a struggle health wise and now you know somebody else who's undergoing that type of health situation and you learned a few things along the way. Maybe you can pass on that knowledge. So whether you're sharing knowledge, whether you're sharing items, whether you're sharing something as simple as a hair clip, just take a moment to share with your fellow neighbor, friend, family member, even foe. That's a tough one, but you know. Now, yes, the next one says go fry an egg, literally. I'm going to take that into the euphemistic realm of instead of saying naughty words and bad words, I'm going to tell people pretty much just to go fry an egg because there's so much bizarre right is wrong, wrong is right, flip flop situation going on right now that we know to be happening, that I'm going to stick up for what I believe is right, and I'm going to tell people to go fry an egg. And then, if they agree, I'll say, great, come to my breakfast bash. Because unless you speak the truth that you believe, they're going to keep believing whatever is put in front of them. I mean, look at what we have in front of us. We have these small boxes, we have these larger boxes, and every day they project blue light with some red and green that make up different pictures, like you're staring at now if you're looking at this podcast, small visual aids. And you're seeing news flashing before you, and you're seeing things that people want to post about, and things that people want to, put a highlighter on, and things that people want to toot about, and on and on and on. So, you know what you believe, and you know why you believe it. If you don't, take a moment to study. Take a moment to research. Don't just believe what you see on these devices. There are hard books out there. There are solid resources, as they said in Solomon. There is nothing new under the sun. I mean, in reality, things have happened over and over again. We are different people and we create things differently. But there are things that have happened over and over again that have proven to be a false way of living, a false way of developing a country. And you know what you believe, and you know what is right and true. So if someone comes up to you and pushes their agenda on you, well, in this country, you can tell them to go fry an egg and tell them, no, thank you. I believe what I believe, and this is how it's going to be. Thank you very much. If you want to join my breakfast bash, great. If you don't, get away from me. Go fry an egg. The other thing I would like to challenge you to do, in realizing that age is just a number, is to be patriotic. Patriotic is not a bad word. Patriotism is not a bad thing. In fact, it is a good thing. And if you don't know what the flag stands for, I recommend you do a study on it. If you don't understand the stars and the stripes, I recommend you do a study on it. You can look it up, you can find it on these lovely little devices that are before us, and we can figure out that people took the time to go to war, to defend us, to take care of our borders, to keep us alive as we see it today. So briefly, the 13 horizontal stripes represent the original 13 colonies, and the 50 white stars represent the 50 states. Now, there is more to it. You're welcome to look it up. Colors mean something. Overall, hardiness, valor, vigilance, perseverance, and justice are just a few of the words that describe the colors of our flag. All you see is red, white, and blue, but there is purity, there is innocence, there is hardiness, there is valor, there is vigilance, there is perseverance, and there is justice. So, in the craziness that we are currently experiencing, fly your flags proudly, show your patriotism, thank a soldier. If there looks like to be a soldier in need, let them know where the nearest my bad, vet locations are. Give them a brochure, give them a sandwich, help them out in the simplest ways. Sometimes I know people dress up and create, I'll say, a false flag. But do something simple for them, and then that way, if they happen not to be a vet, you're none the wiser, but you've given them a sandwich and a drink of water. There has been a lot of war in our country over time. We have gone to other countries to fight for their countries and help them to find their freedoms. People don't just hop on a float and hope to get to our shores to go back to what they lived with before. People don't just come miles and miles and miles across the desert just hoping for something that you thought you marched for in 2020. No. The flag stands for freedom. The patriotism is what our country has gone through. Many, many, many of the people out there are currently the boomer status age. And they know what patriotism is. So if you're not sure, you might want to ask them. So besides telling people or showing people that you are patriotic, that's a step in the right direction overall. But don't stress. This 2020 year in our past, moving into our 2021, we've been inundated with this crazy, I don't even know what to call it anymore. But it's not the only sickness that is around. There's many different types of sicknesses. There's many different types of ways people are going to be sick, as has happened in the past, as will continue to happen in the future. So if you know somebody that is struggling due to the fact that they are stuck with an illness, ask them if they need help, maybe getting to a doctor's appointment once a week. Ask them if you could bring them some food once a week. Ask them if they need help just going to pick up their medications. Neighborliness, unfortunately, I think has gone out of style, and it's something we could all step back to. But there's never not going to be a need for a doctor. We're all not going to be super soldiers. But take care of your health as best you can. Take care of you and your immediate family as best you can. In regards to walking through and catching this nasty, whatever you want to call it. For different age groups, it means different things. And I understand that because I've experienced that throughout my family and the different age groups that we were. And yes, we lost someone due to various health complications, as well as on top of contracting this virus. So you're not alone out there. Understand that. Understand that you can't continue to isolate yourself to the degree that is unhealthy. You have to get outside of your house, sit on your porch, wave to your neighbors. Sure, if you want to stand on your driveway and have them stand on the road, have a chat. You want to sit on your driveway, 6 feet apart, have a chat. That's your prerogative. 3 feet apart, whatever floats your boat. Again, you live in America, and these are your choices. You are an adult. You are a grown-up. So I want to, again, encourage you to understand, as I understand, because by the time I reached my 40s, I thought things, but I know better now. Things are not what I thought they would be once I reached my 40s. Once I reached my 40s, I thought things would be a certain look, a certain aspect, a certain, I'm going to say genre, for lack of a word in my head at this moment. Like a book. Like a book, I figured I would be of a certain genre in my 40s. But that's not the case. The case is, I don't feel like I'm in my 40s. I feel like my early 30s, like I skipped a beat, and I'm in my early 30s. Mentally, emotionally, I've gone through things, as I'm sure you all have. Once you've touched your 40s, things have happened in your life, highs and lows. So emotionally, I'm not in my 20s. I'm very grateful for that. That would suck. I've learned things because I've gone through life and time. There's been different health situations come my 40s that I didn't anticipate. I didn't anticipate to weigh a certain amount, look a certain way. But different things happen to different people by the time they reach 40. So, who knows? By the time we reach 50, it's not going to be what we expect either. I'm pretty sure of that. But again, we can think in terms of just age is just a number. We are tall enough to ride the rides. Hooray. Now that we are tall enough to ride the rides, let's get on those rides and let's ride those rides. Age is just a number. You're welcome to break the rules of that age number. Try something different, small or large. Take a moment to share. You've got something, you know something, you've learned something. Other people don't. Share it. If they don't want to listen, that's fine. If people are not being patriotic, tell them to go fry an egg. It's pretty much what I plan to do going forward, because I was, funnily enough, I don't know how you want to put it, but I guess I'm going to say the person thought they were shaming me, they were degrading me because I didn't have my mask on. Yeah, no, I didn't wear my mask. I live in a state that allows some freedom, and I went for it because I can't breathe properly. I don't care who you are. I don't care if it's a paper mask or whatever other mask you got on. Your call, your choice, your options should be how this place rolls out. I still live in America. I should have a freedom of choice. There are big companies out there that are trying to act like they need to make our choices for us. In my case, I'm going to continue to run with my personal freedoms as hard as I can because I live in America and that's the plan. So no matter what your age, no matter what number you're at, you have capabilities to try something different. Take a moment to share something you've learned. Sometimes it's just going to be the way it is. Go fry an egg. You have a choice. We live in a place where choices are still available to us, where freedoms are still available to us, thanks to people who have fought those good fights. Yes, things are going to happen. Things are going to change as we get older, as our number changes. But don't think of it as, I guess, older, younger, because sometimes then you're putting yourself in a box. So don't think of the number as a number. Think outside the number. Think outside that box and have a breakfast bash. That's different. Something new. Something to share. Might have just conquered it all in one setting, haven't we? I really, really, really appreciate you guys stopping by. Grief and Potluck Podcast. My name is Ginger. Again, we are at podcast number 2 for the year 2021. Hallelujah. We've made it this far. We will continue together to grow, to move, to go forward. Don't worry. It's going to get better. All right. Aiming for next Wednesday? Nope. Before that, let me pop up. Next Tuesday, the 19th of January 2021, we have a book club coming up. If you haven't joined a book club this year and you're interested in a book club, join ours, pretty please. It's kind of cool. I'm excited to announce we do have the author. You can sign up for book club at www Celebrations of Life magazine.com. That was Celebrations of Life magazine.com. Join our book club. The first one will be January 19th. The next one will come along in March. The next one will come along in May. You get it. It's every other month. It's on the website. Check us out. Thank you so much. Hope you're having a delightful day. Hope it continues to be that way. And may you have hope. May you have positivity. I don't know. I think I need more of a sound off. Ooh la la. May you aim to just think age is just a number. Thanks again, guys. You have a great day. I look forward to talking with you again soon. And I sincerely hope your day is delightful.